Hey, Peralta community, it's me, your Chancellor, Tammeil, and I'm just so pleased to get an opportunity. I know many of you are away, but I want you, and I'm excited for you to meet our new Chief Operating Officer and Deputy Chancellor, Greg Nelson, and our new Interim Executive Director of Public Safety, Abdul Pridgen. And so I thought, what a better way to get to know them than for me to put them on the hot seat and ask them some fun questions. So we're going to jump right in. But Greg and Abdul, welcome to Peralta. So happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate to be here.
I like the ties. You guys are like kind of color coordinating today and everything.
We got the memos.
Oh, you guys got memos before you even started. So actually, let me ask you a question. Nicknames, preferences on how you're called, what you're called. Anybody? Greg, what about you? What do you like people to?
Greg.
Greg?
Yep, just keep it simple.
Keep it simple, Greg?
And early for lunch.
Early for lunch.
Yes.
I love it.
Abdul is fine.
Abdul's fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, early to lunch, you make me think about food. So tell me, if you had a go-to meal that you make, like what's your go-to, like if I was like coming over, I was early for lunch,
Right.
Tell me what you'd make me.
So I would order it because I cook, but not that well.
Okay.
So it would probably be a Mediterranean dish, probably some shawarma, kebab, saffron rice,
Ooh.
and like a cucumber salad. Yeah, that would probably be my go-to.
That's your go-to. Okay, so Abdul doesn't cook that well.
No.
Okay.
But I eat well.
You eat well.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Greg?
I tend to cook pretty well.
Uh-huh.
I like to keep it cultural, so I have a honey crusted fried chicken I really like to make,
Ooh.
and a homemade banana pudding.
Okay.
So put those two together, and it creates kind of a food coma environment. So that's always nice to have. But I do like to cook a lot, and so Southern food, Asian food. Really, I'm kind of an equal opportunity eater as well. So. A lot of love and a lot of joy goes around cooking at home, so I enjoy cooking. I'm the head cook in my house.
You're the head cook yourself. Oh, nice, wonderful. I love that. I'm a good eater too.
We'll have to sample some of your.
Yes,
There you go.
we're gonna have to have like a big potluck. So I was thinking about there's a lot of action going on. If you in the sports world right now, folks are really interested in those kind of things. But if you could compete in an Olympic sport, what sport would it be? Any winter, summer, anything. What would you?
That's a great question. So for me, it would depend on at what point I'm competing. Like if I were younger, I'd say basketball.
Okay.
But at this age, golf.
Golf.
Yes.
Okay. What's your, tell me about your golf game. They're going to be happy. A lot of people are going to be excited. We
Yes.
have a Peralta Colleges Foundation golf tournament that
Outstanding.
happens.
So right now my handicap is an 11.
Okay.
I think it should be single digits. We all do. But it's improving.
It's improving.
Yes.
Okay. Golfer.
I play at golf. I don't play golf. I'm more apt to be the beer cart. That's kind of my game.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I've always had a fascination with curling.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because it's part strategy, it's part balance, it's part just intriguing, and it's interesting to hear how you announce it too on TV, because I don't know how you really get enthusiastic about curling, but it is a kind of a fun sport to watch. And so forth. I don't know why that one's always appealed to me, but it's one of those things that I've always enjoyed watching. So I could see myself doing that.
You can see yourself doing that. Tell me hobbies. What's a hobby, Greg?
So I kind of have two. I build furniture on the side, so it's kind of running our family doing carpentry. So I build stuff like tables and chairs and bed frames and so forth. And then I do theater. So I do a lot of community theater, especially mostly in the spring, sometimes in the summer as well. But I enjoy doing Shakespeare and comedies and so forth. So last year I was able to do the Shakespeare Festival in Ashland.
Oh, wow.
So that was a lot of fun. And so it's always a joy to do theater because it's completely different from what I do every day. And so it's a good stress relief as well.
Wonderful. Wow. And then carpentry. We have a great carpentry department. We have an incredible theater department. So wonderful to hear.
Awesome.
What about
I'm
you?
trying to think of my hobby.
Oh. You got to
It's
think of your hobby.
Yeah, whatever my 4-year-old wants me to do.
Whatever your 4-year-old.
That's my hobby.
Okay, what's a good current thing with your...
Currently, I draw wheels for him because he likes to draw cars.
Okay.
And he doesn't feel he can draw circles as well as I can. So he wants me to draw the wheels for him, and I have to draw at least 8 of them so he can make 4 different types of cars.
Nice.
Then I have to guess which car he's drawn.
He's drawn.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh. So you got some art talent
Yes,
in
he's
your...
artistic.
I'd be like, here's a circle with a dot in the middle. That's the wheel.
Yeah,
like
looks
I think
more
I
like
missed
an
the
oval,
boat.
but you know, and that's the other thing. If I don't draw it perfectly, he's like, no, that's not a circle. I'm like, this isn't easy. I'm freehanded. So if it looks more like an oval, I've got to scratch that and start over.
Oh, okay.
So it's very stressful.
It's very stressful.
Yes.
Okay, we need to get you some hobbies. I just
Yes.
want to say, I think that's what we're all going to be working
That's
on
what
is
the answer is.
introducing Abdul to new things so he can get some hobbies. You know, I think we have a lot of pet lovers in the district, and we have a lot of pets here. If you've not noticed our, community here at the district office, you've already seen
Yes.
that community. Any pets?
So I did have a pet some years ago, but a papillon. So a dog, really small, like
Okay. I was like, I
7
don't know.
pounds, yeah. And at the time, he was actually a show dog, but he was like a quarter of an inch too short to be a show dog. So I had him for
sounds like
about
the story of my life. She's a quarter of an inch too short for.
So had him for about 15 years, and then I got so busy at work, I felt bad that he was home all day by himself. So a family adopted him that really I knew would take care of him.
Oh, good.
And so right now we're trying to decide which pet we'll get next, because my son is interested in either a cat or a dog. But I'm allergic to cats. I love them, but I'm allergic to
You're
them.
allergic to cats,
So
okay.
maybe a dog in the future.
Okay. What about you? Any pets?
Absolutely. I have two little ones, two American Eskimos.
Oh.
So they're albinos.
Okay.
So they're bone white and
Oh, wow.
white all over, and they like to lay out in the sun, of course, which is not always great. And then I have a Newfie. So a Newfie is a Newfoundland dog.
Okay. See,
Completely
I'm like
opposite.
clearly not dog literate. I'm having struggles here, people.
And Shadow is 175 pounds and 6.5 feet on his hind legs.
Oh, wow.
So his paw's about the size of my hand.
Wow.
So he's a big dog.
Okay, so we got some dog folks
Yes,
in
yeah.
the dog people, folks. You can reach out. So I was thinking about, like we want a good balance between things. What's the latest show you've binged, or what is your favorite show, or what's something you've binged lately? Any?
I like sci-fi. I like kind of a little bit of everything, but I binge watched last fall called The Midwife. So it's about nurses in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, based on a book in England and the more impoverished areas of England, and how they worked with the convents and delivered children in the poorer areas of England.
Wow.
And then the one I'm watching right now it's old, but it's still a good one. Is Fringe.
Oh,
I don't know if you've ever seen
Fringe.
Fringe.
Oh, I feel like I've heard the
And
name.
It's a great show, and you ought to take some time and enjoy
Okay,
it. It's
enjoy it.
kind of a sci-fi meets espionage and conspiracy theories, and
Oh,
it's all
okay.
wrapped into one. So,
Okay, that's
Interesting.
good. Okay.
So the last Netflix series that I binged, I can't remember the title of it, but it was about passengers on an airplane who were supposed to have died, but they're living and they can see into the future. It was really, couldn't stop watching it. It sounds kind of boring the way I'm describing it, but it was
Yeah.
more interesting than I'm describing it. So we binged, my wife and I binge watched that for probably a few days because it didn't take long to go through all the episodes. And then we were anxiously awaiting the new series, or the new year, but they never came out with a new series to my knowledge. But that's the last one I can remember.
Right.
And we took the TV out because of the little one, so we
No more television.
no more TV.
No more television.
I
Wow.
wouldn't make it long.
I know. Yeah, that's wow.
I gotta
That's
have my
incredible.
Game of Thrones.
So tell me, tell me where you grew up.
So I actually grew up in the Bronx, New York,
Okay.
Until I was 16, and I grew up. I'm dating myself, but around the birth of hip hop.
Uh-huh.
So brothers used to MC and famous DJs. He was part of that group. There's a DJ named Kid Capri who used to DJ for my brother's group, and used to go to the park, and it was a free concert. You'd go there and you'd watch people who became famous in the park. So have a lot of love for New York and the experiences that I had growing up that I think resonate with me today, and just really appreciative for the environment I grew up in. Very diverse, very inclusive.
Wonderful. What about you?
Completely opposite. I grew up on a cotton and pecan farm in South Georgia, and then couldn't wait to get out and moved to Atlanta. And then obviously from Atlanta I moved to California, but spent most of my time in the Atlanta area. So yeah, I mean, it's living on a farm it's a thing, and you got to enjoy it. It's a lot of work.
It is,
But at the same time, I know a lot of kids are looking to get out because there's not a lot to do around there when it's nothing but fields and fields or thousands of acres of a certain crop.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing. So who'd play you, if you could think of an actor to play you in your biopic, like, right? This is like the biopic on your life. Who would play you? And you could pick any part of your life. What actor might be you? Who would you pick?
Oh, wow.
I know, I was like, I don't
It'd
know.
be a poor actor. That's for sure.
A working actor.
Yeah. Hope they have a second job. That's a good question.
That's a great question. So I will only say, only because when I was younger, people used to say we looked alike, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Okay. Oh,
But
yeah.
that I would say, yeah. probably him.
Okay. All right.
I don't look at anybody. Let's see. I've always had an affinity for some of the older actors.
Uh-huh.
So if I was in that age range, or he was in that age range, probably like a Gene Hackman or
Okay.
a Sly Stallone.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh.
not even close to looking like me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so great.
It's called dreams.
I know. Well, I think like advice. I was thinking, like what's the best piece of advice you think you've ever, that you ever received? What's a good piece of advice that you want to share with our community that you received along your journey so far?
That's a good one. I've received lots of advice.
Advice you pass along to somebody else.
I would say, yes, I would say have a level of gratitude for the things that you experience in life, because it's easy to focus on the things that aren't going well,
Yeah.
that you're having challenges with, but focus on the things that you're grateful for, and you'll have a higher appreciation for life in the short amount of time that we're here,
Yeah.
although it seems like we're going to be here in perpetuity. So just appreciate and be grateful for the things that make you happy and bring you joy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing.
I would say probably just take care of yourself. There's several of us, we all like to work and get things done. But you know what? The district colleges, they were here long before we were. They're going to be here long after we leave. And so just take care of yourself and, take care of your family. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself and what surrounds you. And while the district and everything's important and so forth, you still got to take care of you. So
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah, good advice, both of you. Well, I just have to say, I'm so excited about you two joining the Peralta Community College District. I know today was your first day and started, so everybody's getting the bird's eye, like on the very first day, at the end of your first day. So just tell me how you're feeling as we're ending your first day. Well, it's probably not quite over yet, but, ending your first day.
More left to do.
Yeah.
I feel energized. I feel inspired. I feel ready to get to work and help make the district safer and better.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody's been great. It's nice to meet folks that are around, and I know people are on break and so forth for the summer. Lots to do, and I think people are eager for some of that to happen. So it'd be nice to get to it and get some of the work done before students come back.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for both being here. I'm really excited about what we're all going to do together. And district community, thanks so much for all of your support through our process. Happy to invite and introduce you to new members of our incredible team. Take care.